I haven't done one of these videos for a long while, but given the behavior of Man United fans yesterday, I have to do it. I have to do it. Welcome to another podcast of the current situation, Manchester United. This today is the last day of the year of 2024. God has seen me throughout this year, 2024. There's a lot of stuff that I've gone through, and I'm still alive, so I'm grateful for that. Now, with that being said, in relation to football and Manchester United, this video is going to be a rant/admonishment for Manchester United fans. Not all Man United fans, but the United fans that were a part of that bogus behavior they did yesterday to Joshua Zirkzee. Now, as we know, Joshua Zirkzee got substituted when? In the 30th minute, I think. Either in the 30th minute or 35th minute, somewhere there, but he got substituted off in the first half, and he got taken off. Now, I blamed Amorim for that because that could have waited until halftime. Number one, that could have waited until halftime, and secondly, if you were not so sure about starting him, why start him in the first place? Why start him in the first place? Someone needs to put this brethren on game as it relates to his opponents in the Premier League. When you're playing against Newcastle at home or away from home, Newcastle is a side to reckon with. They're going to be very physical. They're going to be very up and about. They're going to be very tireless. And that is what we saw yesterday. So Zirkzee was out of his depth when he started yesterday, but that's not on him. He didn't start himself yesterday. He's not the reason he started. Amorim started him yesterday, and that is one of the reasons why he played poorly. Now, Zirkzee didn't have a good game, and that's on him because he's in control of his behavior in that game. But when he got substituted off, the reception that he got from United fans, man, booing him and cheering him, I guess you could say sarcastically cheering him, booing him off, that's inexcusable. I wanted to do this video last night, but I wanted this to brew a bit. I wanted this to stay in the oven until the next day, which is today, so I have my thoughts intact, because I knew that if I did a video last night, I would talk from an emotional standpoint. So I had to calm down and wait until the next day, which is right now, to do this video. So this is where I start my video. For you United fans that were at Old Trafford, and you have the camaraderie to be at Old Trafford, and you booed Joshua Zirkzee off of the football pitch, you should take a hard look on yourself. You should take a hard look on yourself. No United fan supposed to be booing no Manchester United player. None. This behavior is not new. We have seen this for years. We have seen this ever since, hell, even before Sir Alex Ferguson retired. But let us stay up to date in terms of things and go a few years back. Marwan Fellaini, when he came on, I think it was against Liverpool, and we were losing. He got a boo reception. Both when he came on, not even against Liverpool, against some other side. And they boo him when he came on, and they boo him when he gets taken off. Your own player, no. No, I'm not saying that either Joshua Zirkzee or Marwan Fellaini is supposed to be your favorite players. But respect the fact that they're not supporting, but they're representing the club that you support. So why are you booing them for? That is an inexcusable behavior. So the thing is this, and I've seen this on Twitter last night, or Threads, are one of them social media outlets. Man United are spoiled fans. Man United fans are very spoiled. We're very spoiled. And I've said this before. We are very entitled because Papa Sir Alex Ferguson gave us a lot of trophies before he retired. And because of that, we believe that certain players that come in are supposed to hit the ground running like that. And if they're not hitting the ground running like that, we're supposed to boo them, or we're supposed to push them out of the club. See, that is what we did with Pogba a couple of years back. Let us not forget that. Pogba got booed by his own fans too. Rashford got booed by his own fans too. Twansibi got booed by his fans too. And there is a certain element in those players I just mentioned. They are players of colour. And they got booed at Old Trafford. Martial got booed when he was at United a couple years back. Even Eric Bay, to a certain degree, got booed by his own fans. So what I'm saying is this, bro. We can't be booing our own players. Don't know say this go over some of you guys' heads because you guys go do what you want to do, but you guys should be ashamed of yourself, man. You guys should be ashameful of yourself. Like I said, I have had my criticisms of Joshua Zirkzee. I've said that he needs to shed some pounds because he looks a bit bulky, too bulky for the Premier League. And that's nothing against him. That's his build, that's his body type. But at the same time, man, when you're slow and you're not quick, the compensator for that is to at least shed some pounds, bro. You know, look a bit mobile. Because when I saw Isak yesterday, this version was about. He was on the left wing, right wing, striker number 10, dropping deep, linking play, and he's a striker. It's me. This is the striker for Newcastle, and this is the type of thing he was doing. He could have gotten 2 goals yesterday. He couldn't have gotten 2 goals yesterday. He tried to dink the goalkeeper, and he didn't score. So yes, I've had my criticism of Joshua Zirkzee that he needs to be more aggressive in terms of his style of play. He needs to shed some pounds. But at the same time, man, that doesn't give no fan the green light to boo him off of the football pitch yesterday, man. That man, his confidence right now is non-existent. His confidence evaporated once he got substituted off. Probably left on the football pitch, and he can't find it. There's some person saying that they wouldn't be surprised if he puts in a transfer request. No, that is not a bad thought. Because that any player that gets that treatment yesterday in front of 75,000 fans in the first half, getting substituted in the first half in front of 75,000 fans, dude, that's embarrassing, man. That is very embarrassing. That is very embarrassing. And you know, and I've said this before, and I've said this yesterday when he got substituted off. I said, look at the man's body language when he substituted off. This Virgin looked down as if he was about to chip over or something. Like his laces were all over the place. His head was down. He didn't look straight where he was going. God knows he could have chipped over and fell off. But his head held down because he was embarrassed. He was ashamed. He was ashamed because of the reception he was getting and for the fact that he was substituted off in the first half. The first 30 minutes of the first half. That is why his head was down like that. Now, all of United, or you know, some of United fans, period, whether United fans or otherwise, they have the camaraderie of criticizing fans. It's me because they support the club they support, but they are not the players on the football pitch. They're not playing. They're not putting a sweat on the football pitch, so they don't know what it's like to play at a professional level. So they have the green light, the go ahead to criticize fans. But God knows what's going through that young man's head, man. He's just 23. Joshua Zirkzee, he's just a 23-year-old player. And that reception yesterday could have probably killed his self-esteem, his sense of self, his confidence, his individuality. If this brethren go see a shrink, I wouldn't blame him. If this brethren go see a shrink, I would not blame him. Because that type of behavior can negatively impact your mentality, man. I don't think you guys get it. I think some of you guys just fall into the crowd, see, oh, other fans are booing him, so I just fell into the play, you know. You know, that's what United fans, because we're united, so you have to unite, is me, with other fans booing off a player because he's playing poorly. Is me. Not no. No. Let them just because you're United fans and you're close by doesn't mean that you have to boo with them. No. I'm going to be honest. I don't think any black United fans booed off Joshua Zirkzee. I don't think so. I do not think so. No, I'm not saying that there are not men of color that don't think Zirkzee will cut the kick. There are men of color that don't think Zirkzee will cut the kick at Manchester United because they don't think he's a United player. They don't think that he is suited for the Premier League because the Premier League, as we know it, is very aggressive, it's very intense and competitive. You have to be a very intense, competitive, talented player to make the cut in the Premier League, and some men of color don't think Zirkzee is that type of player. So it's not the fact that just because they were not booing him yesterday don't mean they think he's going to be a success at United. Some don't think he's going to be a success at United, whereas others do. Right now I'm in the middle. And to be honest, given the reception he got yesterday, I am more 65% than 65% that he's going to leave and not be a success. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't see him, dude, man. Hey, man. Hey, man. I don't think some of you guys deep certain substitute. Like let us go back a bit. I think it was in 2015 when Van Gaal substituted off this young guy. I think he was a defender for Man United. I can't remember his name. And yes, he got sold eventually. But I can't remember his name. I think it was not Brackett. Um I think it was another. I think is McNair, yes. Paddy McNair. Paddy McNair made a mistake in a game and it cost us the game. Is me? And he got substituted out by Van Gaal. This version was never heard from again. Never heard from again. He got sold, I believe, the following transfer window. And he wasn't even playing that bad before that. But the fact that he played poorly in that game and he cost us the game and he got substituted in the game and we lost the game, Van Gaal go sell him. Van Gaal sold him. So the fact is, this type of thing, in terms of Joshua Zirkzee and United fans, and dude, man, when he got substituted, this version didn't even stay on the bench. He went straight down to the tunnel. And even when he was going straight down to the tunnel, although they didn't show him fully going straight down to the tunnel, but when he took up his jacket and started walking, you know that his head was still down. His head was still down. His head wasn't up. He wasn't looking where he was going, like I said. He was looking down as if he was not trying to chip over. That's how embarrassed he was. That's the embarrassed look he had. And then a few minutes later, he came out. I guess it's some persons inside were saying him, yo, go back outside and yes, we know say it's wrong that Amram substituted you in the first half, but go outside, man, because the message you're sending by going down that tunnel is that you're a mental midget. You're not strong enough mentally to oversee that. You're allowing the fans to get to you. So that I believe that is what some person in the dressing room or whatever told him. To come outside, go get your orange juice, get orange juice and come back outside and go sit on the bench. Yeah, I believe that is what someone told him. But going back to United fans, man, you guys are spoiled, man. You guys don't know what it's like to support a player when he's down. And let me say this, and going back to Marcus Rashford, I saw a video yesterday on I think it was either Instagram or Twitter, where Rashford was going, the bus that brought the players Old Trafford before the game, and Rashford was walking, and fans were booing him. Now I'll say this, and I've said this before. Rashford should leave Manchester United, and I don't think that is common. I don't think that is new to anybody. Rashford should leave Manchester United. But again, that is no reason, that doesn't give no fans the reason to boo the player. Because despite the fact that he's been a bad player for some weeks when he's playing Rashford, he's still a human being. Same thing with Zirkzee, the same thing with Pogba, the same thing with Martial, the same thing with Twan Sebi, the same thing with Eric Bay all them years back in 2021. Yes, I remember early in 2021. I think we lost our draw against Arsenal or something, or some other game. And some of our black players got cooked because they performed poorly. And they got booed. You know, some of them even got the ape emoji in their Instagram posts in the comment section. That's embarrassing, man. That is very embarrassing. And let me say this about Amram, because Amram not go get away with it. You need to be more you need to be more sure of yourself, bro. I'm nobody to tell you anything, nothing, but you need to be sure of yourself, bro. Because you knew good well when you started Zirkzee on the left hand side of the either the number 10 or left midfielder. You know that he was not going to be successful there. Number one, he's slow. He's not quick. Secondly, he's not quick, he's slow. And he needs to play in a more central position to get the best out of it. Basically, you're asking him to do something that he can't do. And that is not his fault, because he can't do it. He can't do it. He's not that type of player, he can't do it. I don't think Zirkzee, maybe I could be wrong, but I don't think Zirkzee is going to confront Amram about that substitution. I don't think he's a type of person. I could be wrong. But if he does, I don't blame him. I do not blame him. A player has a right, in my opinion, to go to the manager and say, "Yo, what's up with that substitution? Why was I substituted at this point of the game? Yes, I wasn't playing. Yes, I wasn't having my best game, but why did you substitute me at this point of the game?" I think a player has the right to ask a manager that. I think so. Because see, if Zirkzee does not confront Amorim about this, that's going to be resentment in Zirkzee to Amorim. And that is not going to be a good look. And because of that, Zirkzee is going to be passive aggressive at some point to Amorim. Yes. So I think, in my opinion, that Zirkzee needs to have a talk, not a talk, but to find out why he was substituted at that point of the game. And whatever, if Amorim gets rubbed the wrong way, then he get rubbed the wrong way. But I believe it's in a player's right to find out why he was substituted at this point of the game. Yeah. But going back to United fans, man, some of you guys are spoiled, man. Some of you guys are very disgraceful for that disgraceful piece of behavior he did to Joshua Zirkzee when he was substituted off. No matter how the player is playing, they should not be booed off of a football pitch. And again, this is not new to us. Fellaini got that. We knew that Fellaini was not a Man United player, but no matter what attributes or how good he was or lack thereof, he should not have been booed. Martial should not have been booed. Even when he was lazy or whatever one call it, he should not have been booed, because he's a player and a human being, and human beings have feelings. And also some of you guys are saying, screw your feelings, you're a Man United player, you're getting all of this money per week, so you're supposed to be putting in a shift. You're supposed to be working your socks off, you're supposed to be playing well. So screw your feelings, screw how you feel about this. You know, this is Manchester United, so we expect the best. Dude, hey. Time out. Take it easy. You can't put on that front forever. Every person is a human being. You're not a psychopath or a sociopath. You have feelings. So, whatever you want to think about, them getting a lot of money per week, and they're supposed to be playing, putting in good performance weekly, doesn't mean that they won't have feelings. Because what happened to Zirkzee yesterday could scar him for life. Could scar the boy for life. Outside of football and inside of football. It can scar the guy for life. Traumatize him. Yeah. It can be that traumatic to him. Yeah. Players have feelings, you remember when Nani cried when Sir Alex Ferguson got into him? And Rio Ferdinand revealed that. Players have feelings, Not every player is me. I hope I'm not leaving the topic, but every player have feelings, man. Certain players deserve certain treatment. And when I say certain treatment, I'm talking about disciplinary. Like with Sir Alex Ferguson and dealing with Nani. Nani cried when Sir Alex Ferguson got into him because he wasn't playing well. Whereas if you told Roy Keane that, or a Rooney, or some player that are more mentally strong, that's not going to phase them really. They may feel some way about it, but they're not going to, they're not going to be like Justin Timberlake and Cry River. They're not going to be doing that. So players are different, man. Players have different temperaments. Players have different personality. Players have feelings, man. Again, we're not no psychopaths around here. So you have to get that out of your system because, man, hey, Gary Neville said it perfectly, and I don't agree with everything Gary Neville said. But he said that there's a human being in Joshua Zirkzee, and Joshua Zirkzee is a human being. And hence, therefore, he's supposed to be treated as such. Give it no matter how he's performing for Manchester United. And as I hope the same goes for Diallo, because Diallo has not been in hot form as of late. And I hope that he doesn't get the backlash that former Black Man United players got. Again, I could talk it, but I won't. From the race perspective, that black players have been booed by United fans, and I'll say this again. Black players are not booing their own black players. Black fans, I should say, Black Man United fans are not booing no black players. They have no need to. I never booed Pogba when he was playing poorly. Never. I was disappointed. I never booed Marcel when he was playing poor. I was disappointed. I never booed Twan CB, even though I knew eventually that he was going to get sold because he wasn't good enough. I was disappointed, but I was not booing. The same goes for Rashford, because Rashford got booed yesterday by fans when he was going into the tunnel before the game started. I'm not going to boo I'm not going to boo no black player. I'm not going to boo no white player. I'm not going to boo no yellow player. I'm not going to boo no pink player. There is no player that plays for this club that I'm going to boo. Even if they're playing, they could have put in a 0 out of 10 or negative 0 out of 10 performance. I'm not going to boo them. I'm not going to boo them. Again, I can be disappointed. I can be frustrated. I can be pissed off, but I'm not going to boo them, man. You don't know what these players are going through in their life as to why they put in the performance they did. So I'm not going to boo them. I'm not going to boo them. But we know, realistically speaking, that this behavior is not going to stop in football. No matter how much you could have said it, you could have said what I'm saying right now on Mount Everest with a speaker box and for everybody to hear. Everybody not go follow suit to that. Them go still boo them players. They're still going to boo them players. They still go boo them players, bro. So, in wrapping up, I want to be finished by the 30th minute or before the 30th minute. Joshua Zirkzee, in my opinion, should leave Manchester United. Now, This is not reactionary, like I said. I wanted to do this video last night, but I knew that if I did this video last night, that I would respond and react from an emotional standpoint. So I needed to give myself some time to cool down, find out where I was at mentally, and speak from a logical standpoint. And that is why I'm doing the video that I'm doing right now, because there was a lot of things that I needed to get over, man. Like I said, if I would be going off if I did this video last night. So I needed to think this straight, man. Zirkzee should leave Manchester United. And that is not reactionary. I gave thought to this. The club that you play for, the fans that support the club that you play for, booing you off of the football pitch, and you're staying. You want to stay. If you stay, if it's just Zirkzee stay, and this is no attack on his character, but if he stays, then he's allowing the fans to influence his decision. Because I know that there are persons going to be critical either way if he stays or leave. If he leaves, which I believe he should, they're going to say, "Oh, see, I knew it. He's a mental midget. He's weak. He's going to." I know the fans are going to say what Paulie Walnut said to Christopher in The Sopranos. What it's one of my favorite scenes in The Sopranos, when Christopher was going through doing drugs, and there was this I guess you could say intervention, trying to find out, so forth and so forth. So Paul will say, "I don't write nothing down, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. You're weak, you're emotional, and you're becoming an embarrassment to yourself and everybody else." That is some of you guys. That is what some of you guys go say to Joshua Zirkzee when he leaves United in January or the following summer of tomorrow, because tomorrow is next year. Some of you guys go say he's weak, man. But if he stays, some of you guys go say, well, he's trying to prove a point. He's trying to prove a point that he's good enough for Manchester United when he really isn't. He can't win. He cannot win. He can't win. No, I am saying this because it's something I would have done for my mental health. That he should leave this club. This club is toxic. Manchester United Football Club is toxic. They have toxic fans there. They have toxic fans, and this is coming from a Manchester United fan saying this. That we have toxic fans here. We have a lot of toxic fans. Joshua Zirkzee should not be worried. Easier said than done, and a lot of us care what people think, but at the same time, man, this Bridget has to do what he has to do and think for himself and do what he's doing, and leave this club and go to a club that will appreciate it. Like I said, I think Henrik Mkhitaryan got booed at one point. Yes. Henrik Mkhitaryan got booed at one point. I remember in his second season, Henrik Mkhitaryan, this brethren got 6 assists before October in his second season. 6 assists in the Premier League before October. Now, some of you guys may think that he was the best number 10, the best midfielder. This brethren was playing trash. He was playing trash, and he had 6 assists. He was the top assist at the time in the Premier League before October, and he had 6 assists. And we pushed him out, and he left in January to go Arsenal. Some of us were saying, man, he's weak. He's a mental foe. He can adapt to the Premier League, and that is why Mourinho didn't start him in certain games in his first season. He's not suited for the Premier League. All of that, man. So we have a mirage of players that have been booed by this club, by a certain amount of fans from this fan base at this club. Again, black, white, whatever players, they have been booed, man. We should not be booing our own players, man. 30 minutes. I need to wrap up. They should not be booing no players. They should not be booing no player that support this club. Let the rivals or whatever boo them. I don't care. Because I would boo rival fans too. I would boo rival players too. But not our own kind, man. What does that say about us? It's me booing our own players in front of so many fans and a lot of fans watching it online. Rival fans are kicking themselves over this, you know. Rival fans are kicking themselves over this, having a hearty laugh. Some of them can't even get up because they're laughing so much on the floor because of how we treat our players, man. Screw the result. I'm not even talking about the result. This result has nothing to do with what I'm talking about right now. Screw the result. I said that in my match reaction yesterday, so that's put to bed. But I'm talking about the treatment of Joshua Zirkzee. This brethren, I hope that this brethren builds his confidence up, man, because I believe, yes, Joshua Zirkzee is a confidence player. When I say confidence player, I believe most of you guys should know what a confidence player means. But in my opinion, a confidence player is a player that cannot channel his own confidence and needs support around him to build up his confidence. Like a Cristiano Ronaldo, he's not the most favorite player of mine, but to give him props, and this was even before he became Cristiano Ronaldo that we know right now. When he was at United, this brethren was getting booed. When he did the stuff he did to Rooney in the World Cup, this brethren not only got booed by his own fans, he got booed by most of the clubs in England. And he surmounted over that and became one of the best players of that era from 07 straight up to, like, I guess you could say 2018, or thereabout, when he left Real Madrid. And he's a mental monster, not a mental midget. Isn't me? So that is what CR7 has. He has that Mamba Kobe Bryant mentality. If Zirkzee get that mentality and he comes and he circumvents himself from the adversity that he received yesterday from the fans, good ups to him. But it's not going to be easy. Like I said, if this virgin go see a shrink, then I won't blame him. Mental health is very important in football. That is what Richarlison is getting right now. Some person may say, "Oh man, you're seeing a shrink. You're paying money to go see a shrink that you don't need to pay because you're just a weak player." Like, come on, man. Come on. No, all bets are off. Let's not get pansy here. I'm not saying that Zirkzee is going to fall in depression because of this. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying it can have a negative effect on his self-esteem, his self-worth and value. That's what I'm basically saying. I would like to see Joshua Zirkzee, as I wrap up this video right now, become a successful player for this club. But I am at the point right now that Zirkzee, for his own mentality, for his own self-worth, needs to leave this club. I'm not Zirkzee, so I can't say, but if I was Zirkzee, I wouldn't care how you guys would view me, as weak or whatever. I am getting out of this cancerous pus and go elsewhere so I can be appreciated. If you want to say I'm weak, if you want to say I'm I'm weak mentally, if you want to say that I can't manage the weather, if you say I can't manage the football played in England, have at it. I could care less. But for Zirkzee, he needs to leave this club, man, for his own health, for his own self, because we don't respect him. Not we, because I'm not in that category. The fans that booed him yesterday, they don't respect him. We've seen that with Pogba. Yes, I'm going to name the players again. We've seen that with Paul Pogba. We've seen that with Anthony Martial. We have seen that with Axel Tuanzebe. We have seen that with Rashford, Marcus Rashford, yes. Manchester United favorite boy? No, he's not. Rashford is a villain now. He's like an antagonist at Manchester United, to Manchester United fans. Yeah, yeah. He's not no lovable boy. Some of you guys think this is 2021 or something, where he was feeding kids in Manchester, is me, and writing book, this and that. That Rashford is a villain right now. He's a villain. He's like the final boss that we need to get rid of. We need to get rid of this boss. Comments below. I need to finish this video because too much to say, bro. Too much to say. Like I said, I wasn't harsh enough in terms of my admonishment, but come on, man. I had to come from a logical standpoint today, because like I said, if I did my video last night, then I would have been more emotional, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But anyway, the message I did say will hit and has been sent. You guys are disgusting for booing Joshua Zirkzee off of the football pitch, and Amorim, you are not excluded either. You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that substitution. Look at Rasmus Højlund, and this video has nothing to do with Rasmus Højlund, but I'm gonna mention him for a second. This Virgin has been playing woeful for the majority of the season, but you're not taking off this Virgin in the first half. You're not taking this Virgin off for the first half. Garnacho, when he's playing games and he's not having his best game, you're not taking this Virgin off in the first half. Now, before I wrap up this video, Amorim had a response for the Joshua Zirkzee substitution. And I'm not going to say his word verbatim, because I don't remember what his verbatim words were, but he was basically saying that we needed to make a change, we needed to make a change, and the player was not playing up to it, so we had to make a change. When we need to make a change, you just have to make a change. So that is why I substituted the player that I substituted. Again, Rasmus Højlund was poor. You could have taken off Rasmus Højlund, put Zirkzee up top, and play Kobe Minor on the left side of the number 10 or somewhere in midfield. But you didn't want to do that because it didn't suit your agenda. We know that Zirkzee is not your type of player. We know that. Zirkzee was not signed by you. Zirkzee was signed by Erik ten Hag. Yeah, Zirkzee was signed by Erik ten Hag, bro. I am not going to get on your case, because you're saying you still have a few weeks to go in terms of your free trial. Transfer window starts tomorrow, because tomorrow is the first day of transfer window in the winter transfer window. So tomorrow is the 31st, the 1st of January. So you will be given money to make signings. You'll be given money to make signings. When you get your signings and this type of results continue, that is where I'm going to get on you, Amorim. I'm going to get on you. I'm going to definitely get on you. But seeing that you came into the how I say this now, like almost at the half end of the season, almost in the middle of the season, and you didn't get no transfer windows, you didn't get no preseason, I'm not going to get on you that much. But you were wrong for that substitution yesterday, and I'll say it again. No player needs to go through that, bro. No player needs to go through. No, I'm not saying that you have to be cutthroat. It's good to be cutthroat in certain decisions, because as good as if you're having a very good game and the players want to stay in the game and not get substituted, but there are players that are on the bench that needs to be substituted in the game, then you have to make substitutions, whether the players like it or not. But this substitution in the first half, especially in the first 30 seconds, please, in the first 30 minutes of a game, come on, man. This Virgin head is going to be, his head is going to be spinning, man. His head is going to be in a whirlpool. Comments below. Like and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. I'll show it to you guys in the next video podcast. This had to be said. There is no way I could have gone a day without having a say on this. I would be paranoid. I would go paranoid. I'll be very paranoid. And when I'm paranoid, I don't want nobody around me. I get pissed off. So this had to be said. I had to clear the air. I had to get this off my chest so I could feel better about this man. Zirkzee should not have gotten the reception that he got yesterday. No matter how bad he was playing. No matter how bad. Like I saw this person was saying on Twitter that yeah, Zirkzee is a donkey, isn't me? Donkey with clown shoes, isn't me? He's a donkey with clown shoes, but that doesn't mean that he's supposed to be given, isn't me, that reception, the boo, the cheers, isn't me, that he was given yesterday. Talk about a backhand compliment. That's a backhand compliment, man. It's like you're trying to tell, you're saying that he's one way, but just because he's one way, he shouldn't have been treated the other way. Come on, man. Zirkzee's no donkey. Zirkzee's no donkey. Dude, I'm not in the business of insulting players, because players are human beings, and I've said that before. I try to be objective and criticize players' performances without calling them names. I've called Harry Maguire Fridge before, or Fridge. Yes, I've made mistakes, but I don't do that anymore, and that's not because he has improved. I haven't done that for a good while. Because the players are players, man. Players are human beings, so they're not players that are on FIFA. And when you miss a shot with them, you say, "Screw your peas, why you miss the shot from this?" I'm not. Hey, again, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So anyway, like and subscribe to the channel. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what your thoughts are on with Zirkzee's substitution. And the fans, you fans that did that yesterday, you should not be Man United fans. Go support your own club or something. I don't care where you come from. You could have lived near to Old Trafford, so your house could be so, and Old Trafford is right here, so I could care less. That doesn't mean that you're supposed to be booing him. No player needs to be booed. Of Manchester, no United player supposed to be booed by United fans. Now, if it's Newcastle United fans booing Zirkzee, then yeah, I mean Zirkzee have to get over that, because that's rival fans. But if it's Man United fans booing Zirkzee because he's a United player and he's not playing well, man, screw you guys, man. Screw you guys, man. Screw you guys. Comments below. Like and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell as well, so that you can be notified on each upload. I'm out.